lot of lovely faces here. My name is Tam, and I will be your MC for the evening. Hey, I'll take a round of applause for that. So it's only natural that I am the MC for tonight because for two reasons. Number one is I've done about probably, with all the retirements that have been happening in our department, I've done about probably 90% of the retirement MC duties for probably the people in this room. And number two is that usually when that happens, it's usually Ida that's usually tapping me on the shoulder and saying, hey Tam, can you be the MC? So here I am, your MC today. It is my honor. And thank you for the opportunity for allowing me to do that. But that being said, I apologize in advance to everybody that has attended any of my previous retiree events because I will be recycling some of my old material. But that being said, all joking aside, I just want to say that it's not about me tonight. It's not about me tonight. It is about Aida Rivera. So let's round of applause. Do that. So really my role here tonight is really to do nothing but just really read the names and introduce some people. So
that's what you always do.
Yeah, exactly. But I do it with such grace, right John? So without further ado, we do have a relatively, well, I'm not going to say short program. We have a decent sized video that we're going to show everybody in a little bit. We have a few speakers, obviously. But the very first person I want to call up is Gail Jones. I think I see you over there. Hey, Gail. Representative from Canoe, to say a few words on behalf of Ida. There you go.
Hey everyone, I'm Gail Jones. I'm the president of Canoe, which is our non-union association. And all I have to say is everybody loves Ida. I'm really honored to be here today and have this privilege to be able to say my honors on behalf of some of the people in this corporation for everything you brought to this corporation. Because you know what? I've never ever heard a negative word about Ida. Wow. Never. And no talking yet. Because it's not just that I haven't heard a negative word. It's not that people are neutral. I've only heard tons and tons and tons of positive words about Ida. Everything I hear is so positive. It's because Ida is so respected. Is this on? Ida is so respected. And do you know why she's so respected? Because she's so respectful. She's so respectful to everyone. Everyone talks about how valued they feel when they're working with Ida or for Ida. Everyone talks about this. And you know what? And everyone tells me how much they're going to miss you. You have made such a wonderful impact in this corporation. And that impact's going to continue because those people you've worked with and that have worked for you have seen how important it is to value people and respect people and be that respectful person that values people and the one that everyone loves, that they're going to try to fill your shoes. I don't know if anyone will be able to, but they're going to try. And you know what? We're going to all miss you, Ida. And I hope you have just a fabulous retirement. So if I could just offer this little token of our appreciation.
All the money we paid this, like, think about the stand. Mike, come on, what's going on over here? Okay, thank you very much, Gail. That was very nice. The next person we have up to speak is our very own Chief Administrative Officer, the one and only Honorio Colucci.
exciting part of the evening. When you get an accountant speaking of these things, you get what you get. So, I can't add anything to what Gail said. I've been around the city for 35 years, and I don't think I've ever heard a bad word about Aida, other than what I say to her, because she's retiring at such a young age. And I'm still working at such an old age. Anyway, so just, I've done a letter for her, and I'm going to go through it. It's my pleasure to write this letter. Congratulations on your retirement from the Corporation of the City of Windsor. You were hired through the Women's Enterprise Skill Training in 1989. It was interesting to hear that you began your municipal service as a temporary full-time junior clerk in property and housing. Following your time as a temporary employee, you were hired full-time with the city in 1990 as a regular full-time junior clerk and worked to become manager of accounting and administration. In 1994, the Parks Department was fortunate to gain your experience as manager of administration, Parks and Recreation, now Parks, Recreation and Culture and Facilities. So we doubled their work, but not our pay. Thank you for helping to carry out the objectives of the organization. One of the primary goals being to provide consistent top quality services for our citizens and community. I hope you'll be available to attend this year's employee recognition banquet in November. Once a firm date is set, we'll be in touch with you. Aida, your successful career and dedicated service are recognized with appreciation, and all the people that are here are a testament to what you leave behind. I hope all the best as you enter this next phase of your life, and hope retirement brings you many opportunities to spend more time with family, friends, and all the things that you deserve and matter to you most. Congratulations. I wish you a long and happy retirement.
Okay, thank you, Tam. Maybe you should bring mine up here. Yeah. Thank you. All right, there we go. Okay, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the time that Aida has spent with the city, and in particular Parks and Recreation, in all of its various forms. But first, Aida came to the city after working for about 15 years in the Philippines, first as a loan clerk in a bank, and then as an analyst, and then manager with the Tourism Authority. They obviously hired people when they started walking, because that was a long time ago. Aida started with the city of Windsor in May 1989, which happens to be almost exactly the same date as I did. So, OC, maybe we should be doing this as a joint retirement plan?
Include me in this deal.
She began her career with the city, working in various temporary clerical positions before landing in what was formerly known as the Property and Housing Department. But within just 13 months, she went from bookkeeper to junior clerk to acting manager of accounting and administration. So it was very obvious that her skills were very quickly recognized. And approximately 1 year later, she obtained that manager position in property as her regular full-time role. A few years later, in 1995, she joined the Parks and Recreation Department as the administration manager, working under Rita Panesi, who is the Director of Finance Administration for the department. And at that time, I was the coordinator of seasonal facilities and special services. No one really understands what that position was, but it's sort of like what Pamela Butte's doing now. I was always the quiet one in the back office who very efficiently got things done. If you needed assistance and you didn't understand something new, like that new word processing system called WordPerfect, anybody remember that? I would just ask Aida. Now in 2003, our world was turned upside down. That is when the Great Restructuring occurred, or affectionately known as the Year of the Perlinator. All of the management of administration and finance functions were removed from the departments and centralized corporately. The finance area created financial planning administrators and analysts that would be assigned to the departments. However, the administrative oversight was left in some kind of limbo. At that time, I was appointed as the Executive Director of Recreation, and myself, along with Don Sadler, had to figure out how our departments were going to function without this administration. After some, what I will call passionate communications with the executive management team, and arguing and cajoling and pleading, a decision was made to create manager of administration positions for each of the service areas. I managed to get myself on the interview panel, and voila, Ida became the manager of admin for the community services area, which included Parks and Recreation, which then became the client services area, and then became recreation and culture within community and social services, and parks with environmental services, and now the service area of parks, recreation, culture, and facilities. Ida, when combined with your early days in the property department, you have somehow managed to spend your entire career as the backbone of our service area. That is amazing. Now, on top of the work keeping straight our service area that has over 900 employees, which is almost a quarter of the employees in the entire corporation, I'd also managed to be involved in a number of corporate initiatives. I don't have space to name them all, but this included volunteering with the city's Easter Sale campaign, the United Way campaign, the Perennial Plant Sale, the Rotary TV auction, the Southwest Area Recreation Guild, and as a City of Windsor mentor. And in reviewing her file, I noted some awards. Many of you already know of the Fran Horvath Memorial Equal Opportunity Award that I was a recipient of. She also received some awards from West as an Ambassador Award and a Connect to Success Mentorship Program Award. She also received 2 Ontario Volunteer Service Awards, once with the Filipino Community Center here in Windsor, and once because of her involvement with Southwest Area Recreation Guild. Now, this consistency of having Ida in our service area has been invaluable, and as new staff would move into our area, whether you were a clerk, a supervisor, a manager, or director, whenever you weren't sure of how to do something, if you couldn't figure out that process, just ask Ida. If you weren't sure which policy applied, just ask Ida. If you just needed to get something done, weren't sure who to talk to, just ask Ida. Except when it came to driving somewhere. If you know Ida, she hates driving. Now this may be surprising if you've seen the car she drives. It's a beautiful white Cadillac. But she really, really does everything she can to avoid driving. By the way, Ida, how did you get here today? Oh yeah, Arthur probably drove her, yes. Now, I'm not sure why this is, and I thought I could do some digging. She seems pretty competent in everything else she does. So, I checked her personnel file. I looked, are there any accident incident reports or any motor vehicle accidents? No. In fact, I found something in her personnel file. She received her certificate that she's attended the defensive driving course in 2012. So Ida, I would like to present your defensive driving certificate, which you are now allowed to keep in your beautiful white Cadillac. Now, many people, Gail, OC, we've talked about how sweet and innocent and generous and respectful that Ida is. But there's another side to Ida. You would never guess. But she can help with those, she can help you along with some interesting little ways of getting back at people. So, is Pam here somewhere? Pam Rebuke? She's here somewhere. Okay, so Pam and I had this thing with April Fool's Day, right? right? So she does a little joke on me, and I do a little joke on her. So I called Pam in to my office one day because I got this email. And this email came from Ida. And it is legitimately from Ida's email account. It was dated Thursday, March 31st, 2016. And the subject line, request to retire early. Good morning, Jan. I know I've indicated that I was not planning to retire anytime soon, but I've decided to retire next month. I am really sorry, but I need to do this. I will send a more formal notice to you and Yana, but since you are also acting commissioner right now, and you've been for all intents and purposes my supervisor, I'm sending you this heads up now. Thank you. So, I called Pam into my office, and I said, Pam, I need something. Now, a little bit back history. Anytime somebody was gone, Pam would have to fill in. Pam, I need you to fill in here. Pam, I need you to fill in. So I said, Pam, I need you to be the manager of administration. She's going, really? And then I showed her this email from Ida. Well, if it's from Ida, it must be true. So, hook, line, and sinker. We got her, Ida. So thank you for Ida for that. And I gotta find my notes again. Where am I? So on a little bit more serious note, Ida has been a rock for us. For many of you out there, she's helped you through many challenges in your life, and I'm no exception. That time that I was appointed the director of recreation, and I had to take on that arenas group, and I had them before, and all these other things were coming our way, I became overwhelmed. And I was in Ida's office, and I said, I can't do this. This is too much, I can't do this. And Ida talked me through. And she gave me what I needed at the right time to keep going. And yes, I can do this. And that's what you gave to me, Ida. And I know there are many of you in here nodding your heads because she's done the same for you. So, Ida, you've been a colleague, you've been our manager, you've been our colleague, you've been our work mom, and you've been our friend. And it's hard to describe in words how much we and I will miss you. So the staff have put together a few gifts for you, Ida, so I'm going to ask you to come up and get some of these gifts. And somebody else has to tell me where they are.
Yeah.
Hey, oh, by the way, whenever you have to write the letter for the retirement person that's signed by me, Ida writes it. So I was a little lost because I couldn't ask Ida to write it myself.
Oh.
So we need to do that. So on behalf of the department, no, seriously, where are the gifts?
I have part.
Anybody know where the gifts are?
Yeah, anybody, does anybody have any technical music to play right now? Is it over here? Oh, yes. Sorry, they're over here. Okay. We're not standing.
Okay.
Okay. So.
All right, so Ida, oh, I don't think that's working right now. No, okay, no. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. It doesn't work for me. Ida,
This is our bit.
it wouldn't be a retirement party without a gift from the wonderful port staff that we have, and they have put together this tree for you to provide for you.
Thank you.
For in your garden.
The tree is still the same.
Yes. And there's something else over there, right?
Yes, there's a little photo book.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, it's kind of hard to do that over here, so I'm going to go over there.
Yes.
Okay. So, obviously there's a card and a tree. There's a little photo book, although it'd be hard to compete with whatever Arthur comes up with. There's a little photo book from your friends at Parks, Rec and Culture. And I don't know if you noticed, but there is a little gift for Ida's garden. And I don't know if you know, Aida, this has a very symbolic meaning for her with the elephant. So we thought this would go in your garden. I'm not sure where it goes.
I stopped collecting elephants.
There is one more. I think Tam's
yes.
going to do the rest of the gift giving. So
Yes.
I'm going to turn it back over to Tam.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for Jan Wilson, please. So we actually have a couple of other guests to announce as well. So, as per Ida's request, we also made a donation to the Alzheimer's Society as well. So I don't have the exact numbers, but it's great. I can assure you it's a good number. And then on behalf of, I guess it started with our planning committee, but really it's on behalf of Parks and Recreation, really. We wanted to commemorate you in some way moving forward. So we came up with an idea, and the idea was called, it's called the Heart of Parks and Rec Award. So you will be the first recipient, congratulations. But the recipient of this award embodies the heart of Parks and Rec, which includes kindness, compassion, generosity, dedication, professionalism, and patience. Those that possess these characteristics, yeah, it is Ida I'm talking about. Those that possess these characteristics possess the ability to turn coworkers into family. So this award, as I mentioned, is in honor of Aida Cabrera to commemorate her tenure with the Parks, Recreation, Culture, and Facilities Department. But the idea is that we came up with this award because we wanted to give something to you and have some sort of a legacy moving forward so that we can remember who you are when you start coming to our Christmas parties in the coming years. So the idea is that you would be the first recipient of this award, and then we're trying to make it an informal award, so it's not going to be something where this is a huge committee. So the idea is that at our annual summer barbecue, we would invite you back, and it would be up to you to pick the next person who would be the next recipient of the award. So if you could come up, I would like to present you with the Heart of Parks and Rec Award. So while I have Aida up here now, we're going to have her, obviously Aida has prepared a few words to address everybody here. And then afterwards, we do have a video that we want to show, but I'll talk about that a little later. I'll let Aida have the floor, okay? So I'll stay around real close in case you have some technical difficulties.
I'm trying not to cry because it will destroy my makeup. Thank you so much. I can't describe the feeling, but this is awesome. This is unreal. This is both exciting. I can't describe it, but thank you so much. Gail, OC, Jan, you just make my heart sing. Thank you. Thank you very much. I have to read from my notes. I don't know where Jen got her research, but she said some things that I've forgotten about already. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your Friday evening to be here. It is beyond wonderful to see you all in one place. Present and former staff, co-workers and superiors, friends from from Windsor, Essex, Toronto, Niagara, Adele is here, Port Hope, Faye and Paul are here. Toronto, my good friend Pat just flew from Scotland the other night and she's here. And my immediate and extended Filipino family, they're all here. All gathered here tonight to celebrate my retirement. I am very deeply touched and profoundly grateful. Very special thanks to Parks, Recreation, and Culture and Facilities, especially our fearless corporate leader, Jane Wilson, my staff, and the party organizers with Group of 7, Katie Arquette, Tam Nguyen, Brandy Robert, Kim Manserol, she's not here, and Janet Colden Sharp, she's not here, and Christopher Menard. Did I forget anybody? Oh, Kyla, sorry Kyla. No, thank you so much. Thank you, Jen. And thanks to the management and staff of Williston Manor for opening their beautiful facility for this event, and to Time and Go, Julie and staff, for the delicious treats they have for us tonight. Working for the City of Windsor and in Parks and Recreation for much of my 30 years of employment has been nothing short of an incredible experience. I have been blessed far more than I deserve, and I truly believe it was, and is, God putting me in the right place, at the right time, and with the right people. I think you will agree with me when I finish speaking tonight. And I need to repeat some of what Jan said already. Through the years, I received help from a lot of people, and I will always be grateful to all. But I would like to tell you about 5 women who, unbeknownst to them, collaborated to be the main writers of my City of Windsor story. 2 of them are here with us tonight. Let me start with Women's Enterprise Skills Training, or WEST for short, where I trained and got my first Canadian job experience, as OC mentioned. In an effort to explore employment opportunities for WEST participants, some of them are here, by the way, some WEST participants. Then Executive Director Mary Benson Alvarez reached out to Lucy Marcos Lombardo, then the city's recruitment officer. They tested us for the clerical pool. Lucy's first job for me was a 2-week receptionist assignment at the mayor's office. My excitement was short-lived. I started on a Monday, and I was fired on a Friday. My second job was with Property and Housing. On my second year there as junior clerk, I worked for and assisted Patty Alberton, then manager of accounting and administration. I assisted her with the financials for the housing companies. After 4 months, Patty left for a director of finance position, but not before recommending me to be temporary manager. Well, a junior clerk to become manager of accounting and administration. What was Patty thinking, right? After much hesitation, trepidation is probably the better word, I agreed to take this job and did it for 9 months until they hired Rita Penesi as a permanent manager. So I was back to being junior clerk and worked for Rita for a few months, and then she got the director of administration position in Parks and Recreation. Before she left, Rita also recommended me this time for the permanent position of manager. I applied for and got the job and did it for 3 years. And then in 1994, late in 94, there was an opening for an administration manager in Parks and Recreation, and Rita convinced me to apply. I got the job, but my story did not end there. Jan mentioned the Perlin days. In 2003, Dennis Perlin implemented a massive restructuring of the City of Windsor staffing. And as Jan mentioned, his major actions included removing all corporate administration-related positions, including mine. But he was no match to the tenacity of Jane Wilson. He's the new executive director of recreation, who advocated relentlessly for the reinstitution of the manager of administration positions corporately, and for me to be assigned at Parks and Recreation. Mary, Lucy, Patty, Rita, where's Rita? And Jan. You are incredible, remarkable leaders. Thank you. You forged my path and changed my life. You inspired me and continue to inspire me. May you serve as an inspiration to others, especially those who have the capacity to help better the lives of others. Fast forward to 2019. I have been with the best department in the city of Windsor for 25 wonderful years. The secret's out. It was here where I worked with and learned from the best and the brightest. Thank you all. It was also here that I met some of my lifelong friends, especially my hot tub gang. Yes, I belong to a gang. There's Pat Lewis, Sharon G, who was supposed to come here tonight, but she is not able to. Linda McLeod and Kathy Carroll. To all my friends, and friends from London too, I forgot to mention. To all my friends, thank you for years of sharing life's highs and lows. And again, to all who traveled near and far to be here, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And last but not least, to my husband and very best friend, my official photographer. For your love and support, my children, Anne and Louis, he couldn't come, Carol and Anon, and I will have another grandchild in November. And my grandchildren, Mateo, who most of you know, he's that handsome boy there. And Kai, where's Kai? He's somewhere here.
He's looking for ghosts.
Thank you for blessing my life with your presence in it. Thank you all for this memorable evening. It will stay with me for always.
I'm not taking the spotlight from you. I just wanted to give you a little bit of an insight. You hear it a lot, right? Daughters and mothers' daughters who say, my mom's my best friend. My mom actually is my best friend. Every time I worry about something, she tells me, just say Jesus, say Jesus. What she doesn't know is I don't say Jesus, I say mom. Like most of you would probably say Ida. So she told me something that I just found out 2 days ago, yesterday. When she was a little girl, and mom is gonna embarrass you. Look at the face she's making. When she was a little, no, okay, hold on. So she said to me, I am mortified that I am having this retirement party. That all these people are coming. I don't want to go, I don't want to do this. I said, why? And she said, I've only had 2 birthday parties. She had a surprise party when she was 50 and a surprise party when she was 65. Where's he didn't just thank you for that. And then there's this. And I said, well, why are you so anti-party? So she says, well, when I was a little girl, I tried to have a little party and nobody came. So that shapes a person, right? She could have gone one of two ways. She might have been really resentful and really hurt. But what my mom did from that very young age is she made sure to show up for everybody. So on behalf of my dad and my brother and my children, my sister-in-law, my whole family, I would like to personally thank you all for showing up for her.